And that guy, he sleep with anyone that he wants in that church. Anyone.
Anything in a skirt.
Anything. The thing he does inside his church, whoa, my man. It's really sad that that guy, he sleep with everyone who is there in the church. If you, Prof X, you are a pastor in that church and you want to get married, you must know that Mohlala will be the first one to taste that girl you want to marry. Even today, that guy, he's got a, you know the area I'm living in? There is one woman who lives not far from where I live. That woman is a concubine of Mohlala. Mohlala bought her car. Mohlala got shares for that woman in the church. That woman is now sleeping with Mohlala, and in the church they know that woman is a pastor, and that woman is a concubine for Mohlala, and many of them in the church, others are at home like nursing the children, whereby you don't see them anymore. They are raising the children of that same guy, Mohlala. Prof X, I've been longing to get in your platform, bro, for a long time.
Yeah, brother, me, I've also been longing to have you on my platform for a very, very long time.
You lie. You lie.
Maybe
Listen
longer
here,
than
man.
you've been longing.
You know what, Prof X? I started following you in 2020.
Serious?
Seriously, bro. The time when you were on Jeremiah's neck, I used to laugh. I used to not miss your videos on YouTube. When even Jeremiah, when he responded on you in South Africa, you're sitting in a corner, you are insulting me, you're gonna die. and then he will send his junior pastors there or junior prophets whatsoever to threaten you, and then there's you, Prof X. You're not gonna make it, I'm telling you.
We've been around so long.
You've been around, my man, for quite some time. And you know what? Like when I go on YouTube, I also have a channel, because you are one of the people who inspired me to have a channel on YouTube whereby we speak about these prophetic shenanigans. So there are people who comment on my comments like, I also used to be a fan of Bushiri, but because of Prof X, my eyes are open. I'm like, yo, Prof X has done a lot of work. You don't know how much people's eyes have been opened because of your job, bro. Like, maybe you can underestimate yourself, but there's so much work you have put in. People have been saved, bro. So I've been longing to speak with you for quite some time, and there's so many people I know, like one prophet here in Cape Town, maybe you know him, the one who was a friend of this guy. Who's this guy from Zimbabwe? This one, I think, is back in Zimbabwe now. J. Israel.
Okay, which one? Mohlala?
You know Mohlala straight, right?
Yeah, I know him.
Hey, that one is the biggest charlatan, that one. That one is a biggest charlatan, but that one is very clever, he's very smart,
What did he do this time?
He doesn't play careless. That one, he is what can I say? That guy he was genuine in some time, Mohlala was genuine. He was a really a sent man of God, but because of hunger, man, just because of things of God, sometimes they need patience. So some other people, they don't have patience, and they end up seeking other gods, So that guy eventually, he came to Cape Town, that guy, in 2008. When he came to Cape Town, not far from where I live, because I used to also attend this church. And that time I was not even born again. That time I was just, when we were like, I was on my early 20s that time, because I was coming from high school, because I was maybe 22, 23, something like that. So me and my friends sometimes used to go, like, maybe in the midweek, we see some cars outside there in the hall where he was renting the hall. And then we're like, okay, let's go to church, That time that guy was like preaching like you can feel the spirit when you get there, and then you go out to the church, you can feel that there's something that has been taken out from you. Like you can feel a peace, So that guy was genuine. He was preaching a real gospel, and some other people are also testifying that guy was genuine. He was preaching a real gospel until that guy went to Ghana. That guy, he went to Ghana, he went to Kosi Boateng, because he at some point, Kosi Boateng, he has been his spiritual father. But he got the real spiritual father when he was preaching holiness and righteousness. He came from Mpumalanga. That guy is from Mpumalanga, that guy. So he got his spiritual father from Mpumalanga, which is Mr. Baloyi. Mr. Baloyi, he's also now astray from the ways of God because he's also endorsing Mohlala as well. So that guy, he was preaching holiness, was preaching the true gospel until he went to Ghana, and then he came back. And there was one time I noticed Mohlala is not the one who used to be anymore. It's the time I saw people giving away their cell phones, giving away their shoes, giving away their jackets as an offering, giving away a lot of gadgets and a lot of what do you call it? A lot of materialistic things, like giving away everything they have of value, you know. So I'm like, no, man, there is something that is not settling well in my heart about this everything, you know. So that is the time. And my sister, my big sister, like my firstborn in our family, you know, she got married to a guy, and this guy, he was also attending Mohlala's church, and he became a pastor there. So my sister and my brother-in-law, they attended Mohlala's church. Bro, we used to be on top of my sister. I used to carry a beer and tell my sister, man, no, the church you are in is not the real church. This is not how my father and my mother raised us. This is not the same church that we were raised with, because that guy is not really like preaching the reality. And my sister will be angry with us, and she will go, maybe don't even speak with us anymore. You know how these people, when they get so brainwashed, you know, they get so angry quickly, you know, the programming and all this indoctrination, it makes them, if you speak about their false prophets, they will even eat you alive, my man. But if you speak bad about Jesus, they won't even mind, you know. So we used to tell my sister, no, this is not it and stuff, this is not it and stuff. And then my sister will be angry with us and not speak with us for months, and then we will beg her to speak with us because they live in their own house. So they went to Mohlala, and Mohlala, you know what it does? He don't anoint you as a pastor if you don't have money. So you must have money. So my brother-in-law didn't have money that time, and then he was like, okay, he was also a pastor, and then in the meantime, my brother-in-law used to preach like a real gospel there, and then he was despised by that guy. So that guy, he ignored my brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law, by the grace of God, my sister became saved because she went to the other church. That's where I was also saved, because when I had the problems, my sister said, let's go to church. But that time, he was no longer attending Mohlala's church. And we also went to that church, and then I got saved from that church. That guy, Mohlala, used to go to my sister's place and tell them not to sleep in the house. And then Mohlala will say, give me a jacket for you and your wife, saying that to my brother-in-law. And then Mohlala will slaughter a sheep, and then he will dip the clothes or their clothes in the blood of the sheep, and then hang them there in the fence. You know, things like that, that guy, he does. I don't want my man. But the thing he does inside his church, whoa, my man, it's really sad that that guy, he sleep with everyone who is there in the church. If you, Prof X, you are a pastor in that church and you want to get married, you must know that Mohlala will be the first one to taste that girl you want to marry. Even today, that guy, he's got you know the area I'm living in? There is one woman who lives not far from where I live. That woman is a concubine of Mohlala. Mohlala bought her car. Mohlala got shares for that woman in the church. That woman is now sleeping with Mohlala, and in the church they know that woman is a pastor, and that woman is a concubine for Mohlala, and many of them in the church, others are at home, like nursing the children, whereby you don't see them anymore. They are raising the children of that same guy, Mohlala. You know? And that guy is living in Durbanville in a big house there with his children, with his girls, and many girls from the church, changing them as wives.
Is Mohlala in Durban or in Cape Town?
In Durbanville.
Okay. So he's chowing all the young sisters there.
All the girls in house there. There's other girl there's other girl, the beautiful girl I used to see there. And I'm like, yo, this girl is attending Mohlala's church. And then I'm like, I didn't see on Mohlala's church pictures, and then I heard by the other women which he knows her, and said, "Yo, that girl is also pregnant now with Mohlala's baby." I'm like, no wonder I don't see that girl there anymore. They said, "No, she's raising a child now," you know.
You also
So
wanted that.
Mohlala is sleeping with all the girls, and there's also one girl which used to date a gangster. But that gangster was arrested, I think, in 1999, something like that. That guy in jail, he told Mohlala straight, that gangster got like 2 children from that woman, and Mohlala got that woman pregnant, and that gangster told Mohlala, buy my woman a car for my children, and Mohlala did that. And I'm very scared what that guy is gonna do when he come out of jail. I don't know, maybe he's gonna be in good terms with Mohlala, because he's been like sleeping with his girlfriend for quite some time, you know. So Mohlala is living in Durbanville with his children, with many girls are living there, and he chose them, all of them. And there's also a couple, you know, Professor, I just want to speak. There's also a couple that I know, they dropped out of that church because Mohlala was begging that woman, giving her 10,000 to sleep with her. She refused. Booking hotels for her, they must go sleep. That woman refused. So there's many people that went out of that church because Mohlala was trying to sleep with their wives. There is also another bishop that I know who used to be so close to Mohlala. There's one bishop called Nkuzo. Used to be so close with Mohlala, that bishop. Used to be so close, you know. When Mohlala is about to get in the service, the service start, and then Mohlala will get in like they do guard of honor. It used to be that bishop who used to announce, yeah, the prophet is coming, the prophet is coming. Shout your voice, shout your voice, shout your voice, be loud, be loud. So Nkuzo used to be the one who's doing that until Mohlala wanted to sleep with the child of Nkuzo. That is where the hell break loose. So Nkuzo and his wife, they were bishops there, Bishop Nkuzo and Mom Bishop Nkuzo. They dropped out of the church and then they started their own church because of Mohlala wanted to sleep with her daughter. You know. And it's because I'm not far from Mohlala's church.
But I mean the inside secrets, like the ones.
It's because there's people I know who are there,
who come and tell you all these things.
Yeah, some they tell my sister and my brother-in-law. You know what's going on there, and then Nkuzo, Mohlala wanted to kill Nkuzo because Mohlala bought some gangsters to kill Nkuzo because Nkuzo was exposing Mohlala and everything that happens there. So that guy is really, I don't know, man. That guy, you know, someone who Mohlala is like a guy who is. He's not so much like out there, you know. He knows how to, you know, play with people's minds. And I heard he got a book there. The book is written like 100 ways to manipulate people's minds. You know. Why do people say six guns spicing? And I'm speaking the truth, bro. It's not. What's happening? You are lying, my brother. Okay, it's fine.
You know, some people, they just defend what they don't know.
I'm not shocked because they even defend Bushiri, the obvious one. Even before I was saved, I knew Bushiri is a false prophet. Even before I was saved, I knew that one eyes. Fakey. You know. So Mohlala is not that guy. That guy, there's a lot of things that guy did. And that guy, he sleep with anyone that he wants in that church. Anyone.
Anything in a skirt.
Anything. There is also his son that used to be so close to him that his son is having a church also in Makaza, Kaelicha. That guy also had an altercation with Mohlala. They didn't get along. Then that guy went. So many of his sons, they went out of his church, and then he brought new sons in.
What is 6 gun effect?
6 gun was a spice.
Oh, it's a spice.
Yeah, it's a spice. It's a nice spice. So it means I'm on the telly spice.
Also, these ones are saying you're adding some spice to the
yeah, Adam, you know why they say so? It's because Prof X. You know why they say so?
Yeah.
They didn't expect this. They didn't expect that Mohlala can be included as one of the charlatans. They are so happy when people talk about Bushiri, you talk about David Ucha, you talk about other prophets and stuff. When they come, then you speak about people they are so familiar with, people who are so close to them, people they adore, then it becomes a problem.
Someone is saying, I'm from Malanga and I know he's telling the truth.
You see? That guy Mohlala, that guy, he's really making money, that guy there. You can see how his church is full. That guy he's maybe making $1 million a service. That guy. He's maybe making $1 million in service because that guy is selling oil, is selling salt, is selling a lot of things. He's got all the services he's selling something. You know. So when you get there,
okay, go ahead.
They even sell t-shirts. There are t-shirts which have Mohlala. But you will never see Mohlala wearing that t-shirt. It's only the collables wearing those t-shirts. That guy is not even married, man. That guy.
He's not married.
Aye. That guy is not married. That guy is not married. That guy is showing people. One time, I think it was 2019, me and my friend he knew my friend back then, but my friend has passed away. So the other time he was going to the other women's house and then he saw us and then he was asking that guy, hey, what are you doing here? And you can see that he was shocked to see that guy there because he was not expecting that guy to be there and that he was going to the other house. And then that guy told me, I know the sister lives there and Mohlala is going there. That guy, he's doing a lot of things, you know. So Mohlala, bro, in Cape Town, is showing every woman.
Everyone.